If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, or you could choose not to vote, what would you choose to do?
Well, between the two, I think the better option is Trump.
Okay,
I
why
don't
so?
think Trump is the best option out of like everybody, but Trump would be the better option. I support pro-life. I support ICE. I support those ones. So I would choose Trump over Kamala.
So pro-life and what else? Sorry.
Pro-life and ICE. So I support ICE
Okay.
too.
Okay, so even though they have murdered people who are legally in the country?
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that. So my parents, not my parents, but my dad's parents are immigrants, which they crossed the border legally. And with all of that process, like everything they went through and like they came in legally, like it's like very rude when everybody just gets to forget about the whole process and like get to cut a line. Like I just think that's very rude with like everything that my grandparents went through. So it's like in my opinion, I think that it's smarter for us to do background checks, make sure that everybody's safe, because all the criminals that have come through, it has like hurt a lot more Americans than they have then give us something to do with this country. Like they haven't put something into the country, in my opinion.
Okay, so you think undocumented immigrants haven't put anything into the country, therefore you think that they don't have any right to stay? So if they pay taxes, then you think that they have the right to stay?
So what I mean by that is that not all of them, I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying majority. Majority of them have done criminal things. I know, shoot, I do not know the names. I'm sorry. I love studying these things. I really do like debating. But there is multiple illegal immigrants that come through, which there is a reason that they came through. There are multiple. It's bad in Mexico. I understand that, but there's also like there's a reason they wanted to come through. They're criminals. They wanted a fresh start. I get that, but the amount of rapists that have come through, the amount of criminals that have come through, it's hurting America more than it is than they're doing something good for America. So I think the majority of it should be ruled as we should keep Americans safe than risk all of these women getting hurt by these like illegal immigrants, especially a rape victim. Like that hurts my heart. So it's like I would like to protect the
So I have a
citizens
question.
in America.
Would you ever vote for a violent sex offender?
I understand where that is going with Trump. This is the reason why I say out of the two, I would choose Trump. If there was anybody else, I feel like I wouldn't be voting for Trump for that exact.
Harris isn't a violent sex offender. So I guess my question is, like, if you want to prevent that from happening, why do you support a violent sex offender themselves? Because Democrats still want to go after those that have done those particular types of crimes.
Yes. So the reason why I chose Trump despite that is because well, if he was deemed as like if he is still deemed like he's not in jail, then you know he's still free. Like there's still a reason why he's out. And I thought that like, well, if he's out, he's not in jail. Not all the court has decided that he did do that. I think that just out of the, it's just like pro-life is such an important thing to me because that's why I think it's so important for us to vote for Trump over Kamala, and also with the ICE stuff and
Kamala, okay,
it's just like,
I just wait. So you think that there will be less what? Sorry?
well, my hopes for America is that we stop the pro-choice.
Okay, so the amount of abortion. So you're willing to vote for a violent
Yes.
sex offender because he'll reduce the amount of abortions that occur.
Yes, over Kamala, because I feel like
Okay, so
Kamala
did you know that?
would not
Did you know that
do for
her name's
America.
Kamala, by the way? And then in terms of abortions, you know, abortions have increased since the overturning of Roe versus Wade.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so not only is that true, but also Trump cut USAID through the use of Doge, which will lead to 14 million additional lives being lost by 2030, right? According to a Lancet study.
A Lancet study. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, look up 14 million people USAID, and it will come up.
Okay. So it's that I will look that up. I'm sorry, I can't like exit out and look that up right
That's
now.
fine.
But it's that like you do support abortion, do you?
I think that people should have access to abortion, absolutely.
What's your like reasoning for that? Like you don't think it's wrong to like be killing a baby inside of you?
It's not a baby,
Why
right?
isn't it a baby?
Why is it not a baby? Because it's not sentient, never has developed sentient, right? Past
So
or
like
present and future.
so like but with all of the studies that we've had, like, have you ever watched an abortion before?
If
Like,
I ever
have it,
watched I've watched the random
like, like a
propaganda things that
screening of
people
what
have
it
brought
is?
up. And what?
Like, like the screenings that they've released over court, um, those screenings where you literally like see it through the mammogram. I think that's what it's called, where the baby gets
Most
suctioned out.
abortions happen through the context of the use of the abortion pill.
Yes, that is also very sad. That's also very sad.
Why?
Well, there's been a large study where women. I don't know the exact percentage. I'm sorry. I used to study these like at the back of my hand. There's been a large study where women they fall into like deep depression, shame, guilt, and they have all these terrible feelings afterwards because women do have a connection with the baby inside of them, and they feel terrible for what they had done and they regret it.
It
And
it also could be associated with the societal stigmatization, right, of abortion as well.
because people are
And
like telling
also
them that it's
that's
bad,
not to say
they
that we
have
should
to do it.
strip the rights to choose away from women.
Well, it's just if it's a baby, like, and I know it is because it has a heartbeat, it has a brain. The idea of a baby, it's being created in the womb. That's exactly what it is. Like, it's being built inside of you. And I get it where like there are situations where people have been raped or like they are going to die. Like, I completely understand a medical
And do you
reason.
think that they
Like,
should
if
be able
you're
to get
going to
access to
die,
it in that circumstance?
if they are dying, like if they are dying and you're
Or
like,
they've been assaulted, do you think
you,
they should be able to get access to an abortion?
well, no. If it's a no, I'm
So
sorry.
so a 10-year-old girl that gets assaulted, you don't think she should be able to get an abortion?
Okay, so um I'm gonna be real with you. I was sexually assaulted from age 9 to 12 years old when I was a kid,
I'm
and
really sorry to hear that.
I really understand like everybody's point of view where it's like if I had been conceived, like wouldn't you want to get rid of it? And I think about that a lot. I think about it a lot. Trust me, I do. And like no. And I decide very much like morally, would it be wrong? Yes. Would I want to? Probably, but should I? Definitely no. There's a difference between want and what you should do and what is right. So,
So you think it should be illegal?
like illegal for you to get an abortion?
Yeah, in that circumstance.
Yes, I do because
It should be
it's still a baby,
illegal.
it's still a human. Yes,
Okay,
it's still a
so
human.
but the thing is, it's literally like an embryo. I have a question. Do you think you should be able to like put babies in the freezer for storage?
No.
Okay, do you have an issue with freezing embryos?
Like you mean like just the eggs or like already
The
fertilized?
embryos. The embryos are
Em-
after fertilization. So
um,
do you have an issue with freezing embryos?
no. I don't know what that exactly is. I don't have an opinion on that
For
actually.
IVF. And based upon your view, you think an embryo is a person, a baby. Well, then you should have an issue with putting them in freezers for storage, right? As you said,
Okay.
you have an issue with putting a baby in a freezer for storage, but no one has an issue with that because embryos are not babies.
Okay. So,
Yeah, like
okay.
it's cellularly alive, but it's not sentient. There's no personhood, right, within the context of the embryo.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Okay, for sure. You're welcome to come up once you do so.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alrighty.